or our advertisers.
With us live in studio, Representative Ed Gruchella. Ed, thanks so much for taking the time to do this. You heard my opening segment. I guess I want to ask you, what do you feel? Is the OMB doing this because they can keep the state coffers flush, makes them look good politically, or are they just simply that incompetent?
Well, I would like to think it was an honest mistake or just an error. However, this isn't anything new. This has been happening over the last few sessions. So during the last interim, I was on a government services committee, and when the projections came in during that, one of her staff, Pam Sharp's staff, came into the committee and was pretty nervous, and then he presented his budget figures and said, "Great news. Our income is running way ahead of our projections." And we all sat there and said, "Again?" Sooner or later, you would think they would get educated or change their numbers, like you said. So 2 years ago, this happened, a pretty big error, underreporting, and this time again. So something doesn't add up.
Now, I did talk to Al Carlson, North Dakota House Majority Leader, and he said, look, Chris, here's the reality. We sort of planted into our budget an extra $1.5 billion, so we were really only off by about $190 million. Is that true? Al
Carlson told us during the session that the way we were spending money for the appropriations, we wouldn't have enough money to have an ending fund balance. And that was not including the 1.5. So we were working under a false assumption that we were spending too much money and we had to cut. So all the committees were told we have to start cutting and watching everything, So there was some things that were said there that weren't, I don't think, entirely honest.
What specifically? Well,
about how much money we had in the projections and how much money we were going to have an ending fund balance. It turns out we had, $1.5 billion, and we thought we were just kind of going to balance out. So, and what results in that? Well, we didn't do the early childhood education the way we wanted to. We didn't spend enough on child's health care. We could have done something with some of the retirement funds, which are vastly underfunded now. We're asking the state employees and teachers to kick in more money, which some people think is okay, but when you only give them a 3% raise, plus ask them to kick in another 1%, it doesn't add up. And so I don't think we treated them fairly.
So what I'm trying to get at, what I don't understand, because I look at, I'll talk about how conservative the state is. I think a lot of people are disappointed in the tax relief. And so are people in the majority missing these forecasts to score political points, to go, hey, look at our coffers, look how great we're doing? Or is it just based on they're inept? They can't handle this?
Well, I think they're under reporting it because we keep hearing all the growth in government. We want to keep government down. We don't want to grow government. But we all know that the way our state is growing, you have to invest some of that extra money in order to keep up. We're spending, $1 billion on infrastructure in the West, and there's a lot of need out there for more. So there was good places we could have invested that money.
But I want to ask you this, because, and I don't know if we can bring this graphic back up actually, but when the legislator on February 12th was looking at the projected budgets and basically said, look, I'm afraid you're spot on. They're going to use this OMB information again to argue against tax cuts. Is that a conversation going on behind closed doors?
Well, I'm not on the budget committee, and I'm not having those inside meetings, so I can't really comment either way.
Hearsay.
Hearsay. Yes, I do think there is some factual basis to that.
I'm going to leave my thoughts on that to myself. Why? She said they used numbers from 2010. Again, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Even I can see that, hey, growth is just going at a rampant pace here in North Dakota. Why would you use numbers from 2010?
I can't answer that either. I would think that the session before last, Moody's came in with their projections, and the budget chairman thought that they weren't accurate. So he and the majority leader came up with their own projections. It turns out that Moody's was right, but their projections were a lot lower. So again, I think it's an attempt to keep our income down or show that it's down so we don't raise spending.
Or have more tax relief, correct?
Or have more tax relief.
Because the one thing that a lot of people is not talking about, I want you to answer this question. I look at, you've got the legacy fund's going to be at $3 billion at 2015. You've got the school board land and trust fund's got $2.6 billion in it. Who knows how many, in fact, I'll ask you, how many other state savings accounts do you guys have?
Well, you didn't mention the rainy day fund, and there's probably another one that I can't think of right now. But there's money squirreled away in a lot of accounts, and they're all running over. I mean, they're more than full. So yeah, North Dakota's doing very well.
So the question for you is this: how is your savings account doing? Is your savings account running over? Because I can tell you a lot of people where it's not. Ed, always great to have you here. Appreciate you taking the time. Stay with us. When we come back, in Chicago, they're doing a very unique ad, if you will, to stop teenage pregnancy. This is a man shown as being pregnant. My question for you is this: let me know your thoughts. Is that going to stop teenage pregnancy? A picture like that? Go to our website, 630pov.com. There you can join our conversation. You can email us, text us. We'll be right back.